Hi everyone, it's Audrey, your budget mentor. So I spoke with Elizabeth and she thought it'd be best that I try to create a training video for you all um, in regards to setting up your budget sheet, how to maneuver it and update it on a regular basis. So we're going to start with something basic for now. And after this video's ended and you reviewed it, if you guys have any questions, send them my way and I'll start updating it and I'll send you more videos to come. So let's start with something basic. Once we determine how much your monthly income or your revenue is, let's put it on this cell. Forgot to mention that when I send you your budget sheet, there are two tabs here that says single and then budget worksheet. So this is like the cover page. So here you're going to put your income. And then we're going to list out all the bills that you have each month. So here, this is again just an example. It's probably not going to look like it in your instance. So you have your rent, let's say you pay $400 a month, you're going to put your due date. And the reason why we're going to put the due dates is it'll help us manage or forecast your actual budget worksheet. Then let's say for food, you spend $150 a month. Your any bills you may have, your credit cards, let's say that's $50 a month, and then that's due the 15th of every month. And if you have car insurance, you're going to plug it here, and that's also due the 15th. Again, this is all just a working example. And let's say gas for your car, you spend $150 a month. Your cell phone is $60 a month, and it's due on the 18th of every month. And then personal, that would be like your toiletries, like shampoos, body wash, girls getting your nails done, anything like that, or clothes. You could all group it here, and then let's say that's $25 a month. So the way this is set up is here, when you click on this cell, which is B12, it calculates the total of all your expenses. And all of this adds up to $985. And then if you look up here next to the FX line, it shows what it's calculating. It's calculating B5 all the way through B11. So now this part right here where it says savings, this is actually formulated. Most of this is formulated, guys, just so you know. So it's not going to take a lot of manual work for you. So here it's going to take your income. If you click here, it'll highlight what's there. So see how it highlights income right there? It highlights income. And then it's subtracting, see that? It says subtracting B12. So it's taking your income minus all your expenses. And then when you hit enter, it's going to show the difference is $115. So that's how much you're saving, $115 every month. So the whole goal, you guys, of having a budget is to make sure that you're not spending more than what you're earning. So essentially, you do not want to spend more than what you're earning. In this case, you don't want to spend more than $1,100 a month, okay? So if you still have $115 left, you could add like more money here. So let's say you actually want $30 in personal. Or like, let's say you need to spend maybe $160 in food. So now you have $100 in savings. So what you could actually do is not consume it all, don't spend it all, but maybe start putting it in your savings account. So now we're going to go into the actual budget sheet. So again, this is an example. So like, let's say you're going to have a rollover balance. So like, let's say right now you have nothing in your bank account. And so here on July 1st, Chick-fil-A is your employer. So like, let's say they pay you $600 on a particular pay date. So now what you're going to do is your balance that you're putting in your bank is $600. And then we know based on the dates here on this single sheet, your due dates, you have your rent due on the 1st. So you're going to put the due date of July 1st, your rent. And here you're going to put in the amount. The amount is $400 that you're paying. So let me just go over and explain the difference between credit and debit. Your credit is any income coming into your bank. It's an earning. So here when you get paid, that's a credit to your bank account. And so we're going to put $600. But debit is anything that you paid. So here you're paying your rent, which is $400. And the way this is set up here, guys, is you're going to do equals your most recent balance minus anything that's under your debit row. And when you hit enter, it's going to say $200. And then we're gonna label this category as rent. So let's spell rent. Okay. And now over here, we've already set up how much you're allocated, meaning this is what your budget is for the month. And that's also based from your singles worksheet here. So I already just kind of copied everything over for you guys. So here you're gonna have your rent, and because you paid it, you're gonna put equals, and then you're gonna click on the cell that pertains to that category. So you're gonna hit debit, and then you're gonna hit enter. So now your balance for the month is 0, meaning you met it, which is fine, you met your goal. So then, like, let's say the next thing is your next upcoming bill. We always want to factor in any fixed bills, because anything outside of fixed is flexible. So we just want to make sure that you have enough money for your next bill payment. So your next bill payment is your loan, meaning a credit card. Again, you may not have this, but this is just an example, is due the 15th. So let's make sure we have this plugged in. We're going to put July 15th. You're just going to put loan, or like, let's say if you have B of A. Sorry guys, I'm trying to type and record at the same time. So here we had your monthly payment of $50, right? And so here what you're going to do is now you're going to put equals. You're going to actually subtract your most recent balance from what you just paid. So equals, you're going to click on the cell, minus what you just paid. And so now that's $150. That's what you'll have in your account. And so let's say this category is loan. So you're going to put loan. So we could track it. The whole purpose of adding these categories is to track your budget and track how much you have left over for the month. So now you're going to go over to this table on the right hand side here, and you're going to find where it says loan right there. And you're going to click equals, and then you're going to click on the cell on what you paid. And once you hit enter, see how your balance before paying is $50. Once you hit enter, your balance is now 0. See that? Okay, so let's say in between, so we want to make sure, you guys, that before you hit the 15th, right, this loan of B of A, you just wanted to make sure you have enough money from that time to cover any expenses. So after you factor this in, you plug in, you're forecasting it, you have $150 to play with or pay any other bills before your B of A is due. So you just want to take into consideration that you don't want to spend more than $150 because you have to pay B of A by July 15th, $50. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's say in between that time, you go to McDonald's and you buy something to eat, okay? So what you can do is just like cut and paste. And then, like, let's say you go to a McDonald's on July 4th, 4th of July, yay. So let's say you go to McDonald's, you're gonna type in McDonald's. And then let's say you spent like $12 there, okay? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit equals, and you're gonna click on the balance that's right above it, and then minus what you just spent. And so you have 188. That's what you have left over. And then let's categorize this as food. And then you're gonna plug it in over here. So you see how our current budget for the month is 150. And as of right now, you still have 150 because you haven't, calculated anything yet or spent anything. So once you have, you're gonna hit equals, and you're gonna click on the food that you just bought. So now it tells you your new balance for the month is $138. See that? So now to go back into this, yes, the purchase for McDonald's interrupted your loan at B of A. So what you're gonna do at this point is just recalculate by hitting equals. And it even gives you a suggestion. See that, guys, right there? So you could just click on it, hit enter, and now your leftover is $138. See that? Okay. What other bill did we have? So your insurance is $150. So let's say obviously you're going to be short. So hopefully you get another paycheck right there, because otherwise you'll be short $12 because that's the difference between 138 and 150. So like let's say, well, most employers will give you a check every 2 weeks. So like let's say you get another check from Chick-fil-A. So let's start putting that in. Okay, so once you start typing, if Excel will recognize if you already wrote something before. So you just hit enter. So like let's say you get another $600 check. And now you're gonna hit equals. You're gonna click on the previous balance. And now because you're getting money in, like I said, that's a credit, you're gonna add it to what you already have. So any income you're adding and anything you're paying, you're using subtraction. So 138 plus the 600, your new balance is now $738. Cool. We don't need to add a category. We're only categorizing what we're spending, and this is income. So now we could put July 15th, and it was your car insurance. So you're going to type in insurance here. Sorry. And then your insurance was, let's see how much it was. Your insurance is $150. So you type in 150, and the same thing, you're gonna go, see it gives you a suggestion right there. Just hit it. Your new balance is $588 in your bank account. So now we're gonna label it or categorize it as insurance. And now we're gonna go over here, auto insurance. I don't know where that came from. Where'd that come from? That was your loan BFA. Okay, so let's just delete that. We're gonna correct it. So you're gonna hit equals, and now that's gonna be your auto insurance. So you're gonna click on this. So now you're set for the month. See that? Let's see. Okay, I just noticed something here. Give me a minute, guys. So I'm looking how here your monthly expenses should be the same as what is on your single sheet. So see, it should be $1,000. So we're short $15 somewhere. So let me look real quick. 400. Oh, this is, I think, 160. Let me change this. And then personal was 30. Okay, there it is. The $15 difference. All right, so see, this here is now the same as what was on your single sheet right there. Alrighty. So now let's say, what other bill do you have? On the 18th, you have your cell phone. So let's kind of forecast that in right now. So 7/18, that's the day it's due. And then that was your cell phone. So just put cell, whatever your vendor is, you're gonna put it there. So if it's T-Mobile, Mint, Mobile, Verizon, whatever it is, just put it in under vendor. And then that amount is $60. And now you could do hit equals, and then you're gonna click on like the previous balance minus what you just paid. So your new balance is now 528. So you're gonna put this as phone. And then you're gonna plug it in over here. Equals whatever that was. So now we're all set up here. So like, let's say your new balance is 528. You have, again, something in between the 15th and the 18th. You're gonna do the same thing we did before. Just cut and paste. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and hopefully you guys could follow me here. So let's say on the 16th, you go to Taco Bell. And let's say we spend $15 there. So now what you're gonna do is same thing we did before. Previous balance minus what you just spent. And then you're gonna put food. So this is where you follow me, okay guys? So you see over here where we had food. So because we're gonna continue adding to the same cell, what you're gonna do is go under this function bar, right here. So see, D6 is already calculated right here. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a plus sign. And then you're gonna click on the next food cell that you just did, which is this one. And then you hit enter. So now what it does is it took that $12 you already had right here and it added the 15. So now the total is 27. So now this is already formulated for you guys, so you don't have to worry about this section so much. So now your food balance for the rest of the month is now $133. You see that? All right, then I'm going to show you another trick when it comes to Sell. And again, this whole purpose of doing it this long way or hard way, which you guys will think of it as, is actually to your benefit, because a lot of admin positions at corporations, whether you're even a receptionist, it will require you to have data entry experience and know how to use Excel. So this is just a way to get your feet wet. So let's say on the 25th, you get, I don't know, like let's say you get some gas, right? You need gas for your car. So let's say you go to Arco and let's say you put $30 in gas, right? So here's a trick I'm going to show you. It's a shortcut. So rather than you typing it manually, like what we've been doing is clicking cells here and there, right? You could actually highlight 2 cells. And when you hover over that little blue box, you see that plus sign that shows up. If you just drag it, it'll calculate for you. See that? Now, in order for that to work, you have to be using the same math sequence. Because if you end up doing like debit, credit, it won't be able to read it. So if you have 2 or 3 rows that are doing the same math sequence, then it'll work. Hopefully that makes sense. So now let's call this gas. Hit enter, and now you're going to plug it in over here. So to date, you haven't spent anything yet. And let's say now you're going to factor in the difference. So you're under the paid column, you're going to click on the $30 you just spent, hit enter, and now your new balance is 120. See that, guys? Okay. So now we're going to take it a step further. Now we want to say, let's say it's the end of the month. We want to see how much you've spent the entire month. So you're just going to click on a blank row right here, a blank cell. And then you're going to go under, let's see, is it format? Insert function. You see that? And then you're going to click sum. And now you're going to hit the sum of all your debits, because what we want to do is we want to know how much you spent the entire month. And now what you spent the entire month was $717. And now we're going to see how much you earned the entire month. And it's the same process. So you're going to do insert, function, sum, and you're going to do all of anything that was under July under the credit column. And so at this point in time, oh, almost dropped my phone, sorry guys. What you could do here is we want to know what is your current revenue, or how much do you have savings to date. You could take this minus this, your credit minus your expenses, your balance or your difference, how much you've earned that you didn't spend, was $483. See that? That kind of makes sense. So I kind of want to make sure over here to make sure everything is aligned with what's on the left hand side. So I'm going to do the same thing. Insert, function, sum. Sum means total of everything. And you're going to highlight all the cells and hit enter. So see, 717 matches what's here. So if this number is ever different than this one, or this number is ever different than this one, then you know more than likely you left out one of the expenses from this column, or vice versa. So you always want to double check. I'm currently trying to figure out if we could get this to kind of read itself based on the category. I'm not up to date with Excel, guys. Sorry about that, but I'm going to try to find someone who is savvy when it comes to Excel so I can make this easier for you. So hopefully that is just the gist of it for now. Again, I just did a few entries. I didn't cover everything that's here. But yeah, that is Budget 101. Send me your questions and I will send another video with these answers. Good luck, guys.